On the channel, we take it to the streets once again with Jada Toys, Street Fighter 2, the final challengers, Vega.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with another Street Fighter 2 Final Challengers unboxing and review. And today on the channel, via Jada Toys, we got Vega. But for all your Street Fighter needs and a whole lot more, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15%. Gotta get a deal out there. And of course, going to dive in and do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're gonna take a look at the packaging, we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna unbox it, we're gonna talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We'll do comparisons later on in this video, so stay tuned for that. But there's old Vega, another challenger from Street Fighter 2, and a very cool character once upon a time. Of course, he first made his debut. It was like, oh, who's this guy? He's got the Wolverine claws. That was the talk of the playground once upon a time. Obviously, those are a ninja claw, but looking good here in the new packaging, or the usual packaging, I should say. Street Fighter packaging from Jada Toys. Very consistent. A lot of people like that, myself included. Looks like an arcade unit, which looks really cool. Vega down here, Vega, Street Fighter, you got the joystick, all that. The big window box, in case you meet him at a Comic-Con or something. You can get an autograph if you need to. Does say a 1-player, 2-player, KO, Ultra, Street Fighter 2 Final Challengers. It does have a little bit of origin here. Country of origin, Spain. He's a Spaniard? A Spaniard. And a lot of people think my wife's from Spain a lot of times. Is your wife from Spain? Is she from Mexico? Is she Native American? We hear that stuff all the time. It's wild. It's wild. It does say, yeah, Spain. That's basically all it says there. So that's all you're going to get out of Vega, of course. On the side, a little bit of action. And then on the back, you get that cross-sell. They're slowly working their way through it. Now, there's some people that collect this line and said, man, they need to make these figures faster and faster. But for me personally, and maybe you watching this, maybe you back there in the corner, I like it. I like a slow rollout on these. It's a nice ancillary collection for me. It's not stressful at all. When they come, they come. You get a figure here every once in a while. I like how they do come out with these. And there's some people saying Jazzwares is going to lose the license for wrestling. Maybe Jada Toys should take them over. Well, not a bad thing. I like their figures. The quality is great. The articulation is great. The price point is amazing. But we wouldn't get figures very fast. You'd have a lot of outdated figures. So you got to weigh the pros and the cons, but it looks like Jazzware is staying tight with AEW, at least for right now. But let's dive into old Vega here. And of course, Vega, like any other Spaniard, Todd McFarlane, you always go in through the bottom, always in through the back on a Spaniard. We know how that goes. There it is. See you later. Goodbye. Uh-oh, what do we got going on here? We got all kinds of craziness going on in the package. We're all taped up. Can I get him out? Can I whip out my Vega? Of course. And he's got a little party going back there from the video game. Of course, those guys with guitars getting a free show, putting on a show. See you later. Goodbye. And then we get the old Vega plastic prison, but he's locked up in twist ties and tape, probably Cambodian. I'm going to take Vega offline. We'll be back talking all things Vega, Street Fighter 2. All right, we got Vega out of the package. Let's dive in. Let's start with the accessories per the norm. We get 2 extra hands, so he's got punches and bunches ready to go out of the package. 2 fists of fury. We do got a gloved right hand in black, but he's got the I'm going to scratch you in the pool hands. He's going to just give you the claw mark down your back while you're in the pool. It's the worst. You guys ever had that happen to you? Todd McFarlane, anybody ever do that to you? Your wife in your jacuzzi? Oh, that's not quite the same thing. I remember as a little kid, my sister and I, we used to get in fights, and we were at the public pool, of course, hundreds of people around, and she would come up and swim behind me, and she would just scratch all the way down my back. And oh, something about getting scratched in the back hurts, but when it's in water, oh, watch out for that. Watch out for that. But Vega, I believe that was his finishing move in Street Fighter 2, was the scratch to the back, if I'm not mistaken. But looking good there to have those. Now we do get an extra claw hand here. Now, is this one removable? This one is glued in, or whatever you want to call it, into the hand. This one actually removable, so you can put this on or leave it off if you want to. And you do get the effect piece for the claws as well. So, of course, giving a little of that video game action here. You can kind of show it like it's slashing somebody, like the Wolverine Game Reverse figure we've had fairly recently here. And I know a lot of people collecting that Marvel Legends Gamerverse line to line up with these Jada Toys figures. Not quite the same in scale, but I think you can smoke and mirrors it if you want to do that too, of course. But now, diving into Vega here, and I guess we'll start with the head as we usually do. Now, he does have a mask, like a young Jason Voorhees, and it doesn't even look like he's got a little J logo on there. But looking good here as far as the mask goes, and this should just slip right over the top of his head, I believe is how this should go. I don't know. It might be a little tight to put on his head. I don't know. So I guess, how do you like your mask? Do you like it removable or do you like it sculpted in? All day long, I like it sculpted in. Gonna have to play around with that to get it on there, but it is very squishy, very plastic, so you can move it around if you need to. Now, the first head out of the package, the one that is on him, is the demasked head here. And Vega looking good. He's got a long braid down the front. I gotta say, you hand me just this head, I don't know if I could tell you it's Vega. When I think of Vega, this is what I think of, but he does look very effeminate. He looks like very female is what he looks like to me. And almost I could say, is this a girl or is this a guy? What is going on here? But very interesting looking eyes on him. He's got some determined eyes is what we'll call it. A very stoic face, but a very kissable lips. I'm saying it, Todd. Very kissable lips on this Vega. Who knows what he's up to? And then we got long braided hair akin to a young Rapunzel. He's ready to dash this out of his apartment window and let somebody climb up, I guess. Interesting on there, but I am not going to use this head on the display. I think this is what I'll be using for my Vega. He's got the mask sculpted on right there. You got the hair kind of out of the way. You got the braid, all that kind of stuff. Oh, look at that. The hair pops out. The braid's removable? I guess so. That's an interesting turn of events I wasn't expecting. But yeah, you can pull the hair out if you want to. So does have articulation on the braid as well. So nice little attention to detail on that one. Very rubberized on the hair, though, I will say once again. But I am going to use this head. This will be the one I'll end up using. But I guess if you want him holding this one, he takes the mask off, he's holding it up, celebrating. Choose your own adventure, as we say. Now, diving into the figure itself, he does got that snake tattoo all over his body, which I never realized that was a snake until just now. I guess I never looked that close at it. But he's got the purple snake right there. Watch out for those purple snakes. They might spit at you if you're not careful, but it is an interesting purple snake throughout. He does got the bicep band in gold. He does got wristbands here in gold to match the bicep one, and then, of course, gold in the claws as well. So why does he get to use these claws in battle? I don't think that's fair, if you ask me. Gloved hand over here on the side, of course, open hands on there. And then you get down to the mid-waist here. He does have a sash in here, and it is soft goods, which is a nice attention to detail. And even better, it is wired, so you can move those around, give them a little different look, a little different posability on that. Really like that a whole lot. Looks good. And then his Lakers fandom is showing right here. He's got the yellow and purple attack right here. He's a huge Kobe Bryant fan, if I'm not mistaken. What? Oh, he was a Jabbar guy? I figured he'd maybe be a James Worthy guy, personally. What? Kurt Rambis? That could be Kurt Rambis too. You never know. But an interesting look in the yellow and purple, because outside of the Lakers, you don't see that a whole lot. Then he's got his slipper clogging shoes here. If he's going to do a little clog maybe later, who knows what he's up to with those. Brown shoes on that one. Now, arms do go all the way around on here. You do get the butterfly shoulders plus a bicep cut, double jointed, pinless elbows, hands removable back forth side to side, head removable back forth side to side. You also got neck articulation in there. You do get the hula hoop up top, plus a lower waist, plus big splits if you need them. No drop down hips. I always forget if they have drop down hips or not. Leg goes way up there for the big boot. Thigh cut, double jointed pinless knees, boot cut, and then ankles on this one. Quite the articulation on these. And a lot of people say this all the time. I've probably said it before. It's amazing for the price point, the quality of these figures. You could make the case very easily that these are the best mass-produced figures out on the market as far as articulation and price point. Think of WWE Mattel Elite figures. They're more expensive than these at this point here, and you get so much more articulation, smoother joints, better paint apps in most cases. It is really amazing what Jada Toys team is doing, showing it can be done on a much smaller scale. That's the other thing. Mattel makes tons and tons of their figures. Jada doesn't make near that amount. So getting those price points where they need to be is a kudos to the Jada Toy Company. And maybe that's one of the reasons I think a lot of people would like AEW figures from Jada Toys, because of the price point and the quality would be amazing. But with that, you'd have to be okay. Are we okay getting 6 to 8, maybe 10 at most figures a year? Could we live with that? Maybe we could, because we got to take that step back with our business hat on, that the AEW figures mostly are bought by adult collectors, not kids. Where kids, you want to turn and burn, where adult collectors are a little bit more okay with a slow rollout. So I don't know, just speculating in the future here, but this Vega is absolutely amazing. A very fun figure, no doubt. And of course, should fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand using discount code Kyle to save 10%. What do you know right there? Fits on a stand. Now, a little comparison action for him. How about a little Blanca? Of course, Blanca, everybody's favorite Amazonian creature that shoots electricity. And then, of course, Ken, one of the stars from the game, if you ask me. So looking good, all things considered, very fun figures, consistent quality, consistently awesome figures here from Jada Toys. And once again, I like the slow rollout on these. I'm okay with that. But this Vega, another slam dunk from Jada Toys. But there it is. Street Fighter 2, the final challengers. Be interested to hear your thoughts on this Vega. You here for this one? Did you pick this one up? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over there on Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support this YouTube channel. And all the unboxings, everything that goes on. You guys know how it goes by now. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. Of course, conveniently enough, the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, every Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, video cast on YouTube. So for Vega, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
Get that wheel to